So hello everyone, Grosey here, welcome back. Today we've got another episode for the Unhuntables series with Christopher.
Hello.
Hello, so in this video we're looking through 5p coins. What we are actually looking for is going to be popping up on the screen now. So you can have
If we remember to edit those bits into the episode.
If we remember, that is. If not, then just go back and watch last week's introduction. No, not last week's. 6 weeks ago. The last 5p hunt, anyway. There's a few NIFC years, territories, that sort of thing. But yeah, pause the video if you want to have a little further read into what we are trying to find. And yeah, we are going to continue what we're going to talk about. What I was going to talk about on Christopher's part of the video, which he abruptly cut me off.
I was going to... You tend to struggle with topics, though.
I know. What I was going to say was that we are pretty much at the anniversary of the Unhuntables.
Are we?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Because we started it...
The Queen died around this time we started.
We started...
So much going on.
When was the first episode? The first episode would have been maybe the 7th of September? Because then the week after, 2 weeks later, then the Queen had died. So, yeah, I think the 7th of September was the first.
The Queen died on the 7th. Yeah, the Queen died on the 7th.
Did she? I thought the Queen died on the 12th.
No, I'm sure it's the 7th. This Friday is the anniversary. I think.
Oh no, she died on the 8th. She died on the 8th of September.
What's the date on Friday? Yeah, it is Friday the 8th. I just can't count.
Friday the 8th. Right, yeah. No, it was the 8th. But the first episode was the day before, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, this will be uploaded on the 6th of September. So it's pretty much the anniversary. So can you believe it? A year already.
I know.
Unbelievable,
crazy,
right?
Isn't it?
But yeah, as I said, a year and...
We've still not found an NIFC.
I was going to say spoiler alert, but on the other hand, you would know if we'd have found one because the series probably might or might not be continuing. But no.
Spoiler alert.
I was going to say, well, go back and watch if you didn't know whether we had or hadn't found one. But yeah, haven't found anything just yet. But yeah, what I was going to say as well, moving on to another topic, was following on from the mintage figures. So 2022 mintage figures were released. What do you make of 9.5 million 2022 Shield 50p's?
We did get 3 commemoratives that year. So we can take solace in that it's not just shields going into circulation. There's a mixture of some commemoratives going out too. But again, 9 million shields? Could they not have done 5 million shields and then one more coin at 4 million or 2 more coins at 2 million?
Yeah. My initial reaction, to be fair, was 9.5 million shields, because we're used to seeing like 122 million, 46 million. So
56 million.
That's it. I looked at it and I thought, fair play to the mint for actually, or to whoever decides what the breakdown is in terms of the 50p's. For me, that is a reasonable number of shields, to be fair, to be minting. It would have been cool if they'd have done like the same as in 2017 and just done like 1.5 million of them and then all the others commemorative. But on the other hand, I would have only wanted that if it was a new commemorative. You don't want more and more of the same commemorative because otherwise it just becomes really, really common. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And yeah, what else did I write down for today? There was something really important I was going to say and I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, the Myths and Legends coin. Is it the
Morgana?
Yeah, that's the one. There doesn't seem to be a bullion silver version of it.
I'm fairly confident, even with the previous ones, the bullion one came out a little bit delayed from the proof release.
Right, I see. Because I followed the series with bullion. I think
there will be a Morgana bullion a bit later in the year.
Right, I see. That's good news. But yeah, have you got the set? Have you been buying the set of those? Or
of course, yeah. I think that the 3 from the Court of King Arthur have been stunning designs. I like the sort of texture going on in the background of the coin as well. It's not just empty fields. Very lovely designs, and I'm excited to see where the Myths and Legends series goes forwards from. Obviously, we assume it's going to be the Beowulf and Grendel design that was out in Royal Proclamation recently. But But it'd be interesting to see what 3 other designs come out as part of that.
Is there going to be
2 other designs, assuming they're going to do another trio.
When will be the next Royal Proclamation where we would know what's coming out
There
for the rest
isn't
of the year?
so there isn't sort of a schedule for when they come out.
Oh, really?
It's not even a case that they bring it out 6 months before a release or a certain amount of weeks before a release. They just seem to haphazardly chuck up a whole bunch of designs up onto the Gazette page.
Oh, right, that's interesting. Is it just coins
So
they do in the proclamation? Because I've still never been able to actually...
So Royal Proclamations cover a whole range of different things. So I think the coins are related to... They've got to go through the Privy Council. So it's through the Privy Council that they get signed off, and then they get put through for Royal Proclamation, which we then get to see after the sort of first public confirmation that this is going to be happening on coins.
That's interesting. It's still the interesting question about privy marks, whether they have to be re-signed off, but did we ever come up to an answer on that? I can't remember.
So when they had the annual coins, which were released after the Queen died, which had the privy marks with her year of birth and year of death,
but they still had her portrait on, which meant, yeah.
I don't recall there being a Royal Proclamation for that series. They have in the past backdated Royal Proclamations as well. So the Memorial coin range, there was no proclamation prior to the coins coming out. I think that came out either simultaneous or just after the coins came out. So they can also sneak coins out before the proclamation happens.
That's pretty cool.
I
was just going to say something then, and it's completely disappeared.
If only there was a place that we could jot our thoughts down, Grace.
I know. I literally had a really good thing to say as well, and I can't remember what it was. We started talking about, what was it, myths and legends.
Well, I know one thing we can talk about. We are going to the Royal Mint very soon, aren't we?
Oh, we are, in a couple of weeks. The 23rd and 24th, 2 weeks' time. 2 weekends away.
Yeah. So I am off to Paris the Monday to Friday before, and then down to the Mint on the Saturday. The Saturday you have to have tickets for the Change Checker event, so don't just rock up on the Saturday because it might just be a wasted journey. But on the Sunday it's again open to the public, business as usual, and we're booked at 11, aren't we?
Yes, I think 11. That's right.
Yeah. So if you want to come along and say hi, or you're planning your trip to the Royal Mint, then feel free to. I do feel very bad because I had a message from someone who's going there literally the weekend before. I was asking if he knew I was going to the Royal Mint around that date, and was hoping it was that date, and unfortunately it's the weekend after.
Oh dear. Yeah, as I said,
yeah.
It's.
But we go down quite often. Every time they change the strike you're in. So if you miss this one, I'm sure you'll be able to catch us on a future one.
Definitely. And I always say as well, it's happened before where I've been there and someone's messaged me like, "I saw you at the Mint. Like, come and say hello." Especially.
Yeah, it's. I don't think we're not the scariest people in the world to bump into.
I mean, I don't know about Christopher, but me certainly I'm not.
But yeah, if you just give us a wave, one of us come over and say hi. I'm sure of that. If you don't feel confident enough to come up and say hello, give us a wave, and I'm sure I can send Grosey off to go say hello. And he can find out if you were actually smiling and waving at us, or whether there was someone else behind us. And he can forego the embarrassment.
I could be your coin tuber in waiting.
My coin tuber in waiting.
You know how like the king has like a lady in waiting or someone like a secretary that does.
You're gonna put some sort of medieval dress on as well and really get into this.
I don't know, something like that.
We'll hold you to that. You know, there's a whole bunch of us that will hold you to do that, Grosey.
I don't know. I still haven't found out what I'm going to do on Saturday, changing the subject, because I don't have a Change Checker ticket. So, I don't know what the... I'm just going to go and sit in the cafe and, pretend I'm enjoying myself for a bit.
Pretend you're enjoying yourself.
Well,
you never know, there might be people that dropped out that can't make it. They might have some spare.
That's true. Yeah. To be fair, when you're actually there, it's one thing not being able to get it on the website where it's quite a fixed sort of system, but when you're actually there with your credit card out about to try and pay for a thing, surely they can't. It'd be a bit trickier for them to say no to it, to be fair.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who knows indeed.
Next is the Tolkien strike. Do we think this is the penultimate strike of the year? Do you think there's only going to be one more before the end of the year, or do you think we might get two more out of 2023?
When did the Tolkien one start?
Oh, a couple of weeks ago.
So they usually run for like Say
6
this goes,
weeks?
yeah. Say this goes for a month and a half, takes us to like middle of October.
Yeah, we know that November is
November.
when they start decking it out for Christmas.
There could be, I reckon, there could be another 2. So you could have until the middle of October, and then from October to like November time, and then after November the Christmas one, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
So I think there could still be another 2. I'd love to see the
Possibly.
the pound coin squeezed in. That would be really exciting to have.
If it gets released, unlike the
If it gets
25
released.
years of the £2 coin sets that we're supposed to get reminted designs.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. They just never did it. And do you think there's
Yeah.
going to be a coin released to mark the anniversary of the Queen's death, or
Oh,
is it a tricky
I would
one?
have I would have thought under normal circumstances, of course, our longest reigning monarch, the longest reigning queen of all time, the second longest reigning monarch of all time in all of history, the anniversary of her death does seem to be something that makes sense to make a coin for.
Yeah.
But having heard nothing of it so far, rapidly approaching the date of the anniversary of her death, plus we already have lots of coins still due out before the end of the year, maybe not. I think 2026, there's already news about some sort of big celebration of her life. That would have been the 100th anniversary of her birthday.
That's true.
Her birth, not just her birthday, her birth. So the centenary of Queen Elizabeth II, I'm sure we'd get something.
Probably a £5 coin in the annual set.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing that you'd imagine would be on a £5 coin. To be fair, something like
Yeah, I
that.
think like the George III, that was an anniversary of his birth or death, wasn't it? 300 years or something.
Well, I can tell you because I
Remember.
literally just had the page open, didn't I, with £5 coins we were discussing. It was
Yeah.
the 200th anniversary of the death of King George III.
Yeah. So, I would imagine 100 years, the 100th anniversary of her birth would definitely be something that would be marked on coins. I know there's going to be some sort of, well, they've been very vague as to what it is that the government are planning to do for that, but I assume probably a statue or something.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
When do you think?
What I really want is an open public competition for something to happen. I think that'd be amazing. It's been years. 2015 is the last one they ran for the pound coin. 8 years later.
Still not going to tell me what your idea is.
I'm not telling you. 100%, I'm not telling you. Copy my idea.
Yeah, as I said, it'd be interesting to see when they do change, if they do change the definitive designs at some point. In a way, it'd be quite nice to have them do the shields for one more year with Charles on, and then kind of have it so that instead of the change of monarch also being the change of definitive, then you get an extra like type of coin maybe. That'd be
I think that if they were to run a competition, they would need time to run it, judge it, pick the winner, and then get the dies and stuff all created. So if it is due to happen, there'll be a year or two leading into the change.
Definitely.
I still think it'd be nice to have a couple of sets of the what is the current definitives, and have them in comparison with some of the Queen, some with the King.
It's going to be interesting to see and exciting to see the smaller denominations with the Charles portrait on, because we've only ever seen it on a 50p, £2 coin and £5 coin.
Well, there's the fractional sovereigns we've seen it on, quarter sovereign.
That's true. In terms of like circulation one, in terms of just on a
Okay.
copper coin or like a 5p.
5p.
Yeah. Speaking of 5p's. But yeah, no, I think that's going to be a nice speedy 5p hunt. We can get the 5p's over as quickly as possible, unless there's anything else you want to add.
No, I'm good.
Perfect. In that case, let's see what 5p's I managed to find and go and check out Christopher's video as well and see what we managed to find. Right, well that was a bit of a waste of time, wasn't it? We found one 5p which has had a few holes drilled through and a third hole attempted in the middle there. But thought I'd put it down there because it's better than nothing. This one I do think is quite cool. This one is a strike-through error where something has been struck through when the coin has actually been made. Hence, there is next to no detail on the design. 2016 though. And in this one, am I able to claim that is a planchet clip just at the bottom right there? I think it is. You can see there's the milling missing as well. But yeah, go and check out Christopher's video, see what he managed to find. Hopefully not anything. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.